Dear students, good evening, all of you. Yes, this is Ravi Kumar, Assistant Professor of English, Government Degree College, Nirmal. Now, I have come today before you with the same topic, importance of phonetics in English orthography. In this topic, we have already had a discussion on the speech sounds of English, the 24 consonant sounds, their description, and the 20 vowel sounds, the description of few vowels. They are 12. Now the remaining vowels are 8, which are considered as the diphthongs. What are they? Diphthongs. Di, to, thong, sound. Okay, diphthongs are the combination of two vowel sounds. There are triphthongs even, combination of three vowel sounds, but now we are concerned with only the diphthongs, which are 8 in number. Actually, what are these 8 diphthongs? Why do we call them diphthongs? We will see in detail in the next slide. This is the chart of the 8 diphthongs. Please draw this chart. Make it fast. Over. Yes. Now if we come to the articulation of these diphthongs, you see, a diphthong is a sound of combination of two vowels. Yes. So here, if we take into consideration the first two diphthong, that is, see the in the picture, see the first one, which is indicated with green arrow. You see, there are two vowel sounds are there in that one, E and the A. So it is articulated as EA. Yes, EA. Two sounds are there. We are beginning the articulation with one vowel sound, that is E, and we are moving towards and ending with another vowel sound, that is A. Okay, so functionally what we are doing here, we are gliding from one vowel sound to the other, so that these diphthongs are also called as vowel glides. Okay, vowel glides. There is a glide from one vowel sound to the other vowel sound. Okay, yeah, in English, the gliding is basically towards three vowels only. Okay, so there is a glide towards E. E. How can we describe the sound E? Yes, it is a front unrounded vowel just below half close, no? Okay. And then there is also a glide towards U, and the third gliding is towards A. Now see the first cluster. So based on this gliding, these vowel glides or diphthongs are divided into three clusters. First is gliding towards E. Gliding towards E, you see there are three diphthongs like this, which glide towards E, which glide towards E. Okay, what are they? You see here, this is the first one, which is the black arrow. Black arrow. Okay, A is gliding towards E, that is A. Note down, gliding towards E, first diphthong A, this black arrow, and second gliding towards E from A, this is A, flat, keep your tongue flat, open your mouth, lips are loosely around arranged, that is I, the red arrow, I, and the last diphthong which glides towards E is this one, this is violet arrow, that is O towards E, oi. Okay, this is the first cluster. Three diphthongs are there which are gliding towards E. One is this black arrow, A. Second is this red arrow, I. Third is this violet arrow, oi. Okay. Second cluster in which the gliding is towards U. There are two diphthongs like this. Okay. One is gliding towards U from A. You see, this is maroon arrow. A is gliding towards U, that is ow. Okay, say once again, ow. And there is one another sound. Only two sounds are there. Two diphthongs are there in this cluster. One another is gliding towards U, which is A. A is gliding towards U. A is gliding towards U. Okay. This is pink arrow, that is ow. You see, there is a slight difference between these two diphthongs which are gliding towards U. You see, once again, there is a maroon arrow and this pink arrow. Now the maroon arrow sound, that is ow, Okay, a, tongue is flat, lips are loosely arranged, ow, but whereas the pink arrow is ow, ow. Okay, yeah. Now by this we completed 5 diphthongs. 3 diphthongs are gliding towards E and 2 are gliding towards U, and the remaining 3 are gliding towards A. Gliding towards A. Okay, number 1. See this green arrow. Green arrow. E is gliding towards A. E is gliding towards A. So we are starting the pronunciation or the articulation with E and moving towards A. Oh, so the first sound E is called as first element and the second sound is called as second element. So there is a glide from first element to second element. Okay. Now in this third cluster, the first diphthong is gliding towards A from E. This is green arrow. Ea. Ea. Okay. And another sound that is gliding towards A. This one. Blue arrow. Blue arrow. This is A towards A. Ea. Ea. And the last one is this saffron arrow. Saffron arrow. Okay, gliding from U to A. Ua. Ua. Okay, so these are the 3 diphthongs in the third cluster which are gliding towards A. Okay, right. So now let's take each diphthong and describe it and see the examples of each and every diphthong. Okay, shall we move on to the next slide? Okay, right. Yeah, so these are the examples for all the 6 diphthongs. Okay, for example, first one A. This happens in the words such as name, name, but we Indian learners of English pronounce this one as name, nay. We say a vowel instead of a diphthong. Actually, the letter A after N in NAME is not giving A sound. That is giving A sound, a diphthong sound. So that's why NAME is not name, it is name. In the same way, second example diphthong is ow, that is N vowel. Now we say that one as no. Third one is I, example my, my. Third one ow, in the words HOW, how. Next example oi, BOY, boy. Ear, HEAR, here. Air, WHERE, where. Ua, TOUR, tour, like this. Okay, no need to copy this one. We will have a detailed slide diphthong wise. Okay, now come with the first sound from the first cluster of diphthongs gliding towards E. How many diphthongs are there which are gliding towards E? 3 are there. One is A, second is I, third is oi. Okay, come back. Now A, first sound A. What is the first element? A. Second element? E. Yes, together it is A. Now how can we describe this one? Just to describe what is A and what is E. Then say there is a glide. Okay. Now how can we describe this one? A. First to describe what is A. A is a front unrounded wall just below half close. Okay, right. From here, where we are gliding? We are gliding towards E. What is that E? How can we describe E? E is a centralized front unrounded wall just above half close. This is the description of this second element E. So how can we describe this A? So we have to write together these two statements. Like, please note down A. It is described as glide from a front unrounded wall just below half close to a centralized front unrounded wall just above half close. Okay, so in this way you can write the description of all the diphthongs, because you know the description of all the vowel sounds right now. Okay, in the same way you have to write the description. But yeah, now this diphthong A, it happens initially, medially and finally. Okay, it happens initially, medially and finally. Yes, could you say some examples where it happens initially? A happens initially in the words such as AIM. Here I have given AIM initially, aim, and it happens medially in the words such as PAIN, pain. Okay, and finally PLAY, or here I have given the words DAY, day. So you can write many examples like this: initial, medial and final. Okay, write at least 5 words for initial, 5 for medial, 5 for final. Okay, now see the spelling. With what letters we represent this diphthong A? The diphthong A is represented with the letter A in the words such as RACE, which is raise. It is not ray. It is not ray. It is ray. TAKE, take. Okay, and AI, the letter AI in the words such as AIM, aim, no, aim, BRAIN, brain. Now with the letter AY, DAY, day, not day, day, SAY, say, PRAY, pray, and with EA, in the words such as GREAT, Great, people used to say great. No, it is not gray. It is gray, great, great, break. That is break, not break. Break, break. And this A is also represented with EI, with the letter EI. For example, EIGHT. People used to say this one as yite. No, this is not ya. The initial sound is not ya, a consonant. It is a vowel, moreover a diphthong, a. So it is 8. Say once again. Say after me. EIGHT. 8. 8. In the same way, NEIGHBOUR. People used to say this one as neighbor, not nigh. It is not nigh. It is neigh. Neighbor. Neighbor. Please say after me. Neighbor. Now last. The diphthong EI is also represented with EY. In the words such as THEY, we say this one as they. No. They are playing, like this. GREY, gray, like this. Okay? Right. By this we completed the first diphthong A. Now come to the second diphthong, that is I. This also happens initially, medially and finally. Okay, initially in the words such as, yes, there are some examples. There are some examples for initial. Okay, for example, ICE. How can you say this one? Ice, initial. Medial in the words such as, BITE, bite. Finally, such as BUY, buy. Okay, so you can write its description as well as few more examples for initial, medial and final. Okay, now spelling. This sound I is represented with the letter AI in the words such as AILSLE, that is aisle. Okay, it's a narrow passage between two seats in bus. Okay, and it is also represented with EI. In the words such as EITHER, it is either. Some people used to say this one as either. No, it's not a British pronunciation, it's American pronunciation. Some people used to say NEITHER as neither. No, it is not neither, it is neither. Some people used to say this one as neither. Okay, no, it is neither, it's not neither, not neither, it is neither. Okay, it is neither nor neither. Okay, now this is also represented with the letters EYE. Okay, 3 letters are giving only a single sound, a diphthong, EYE, that is I. This is also represented with the letter I. For example, NICE, that is nice, LIME, lime. This is important word, TIDY. Some people used to say this one as TD. No, it is tidy. Now IE, in the words such as lie, lie, with uy in the words such as buy, buy, don't say buy, buy, with the letter y, try, try, with the letter ye, bye, bye, goodbye, don't say goodbye, goodbye, hi, okay, and dy, die, I am applying dye to my hair, like that. Okay, finished? Noted down? You have to note down all these because the spelling is very much important. Until and unless you know the pronunciation of a particular letter in a particular word, you can't pronounce that and write the phonetic transcription. Okay, let's move on to the last diphthong in this first cluster, that is gliding towards E. Third one, okay, gliding towards E. This is O is gliding towards E. So that's why it has become oi. Oi, lips are rounded. Lips are rounded. Oi. Yes, note down its description. What is O? What is E? Yes, a glide from, note down. Yeah, this also an IMF sound, that is happens initially, medially and finally. Initially it happens in the words such as OIL. We used to say this one as oil. No, it is oil, oil initial. Medially it happens in the words such as BOIL, that is boil, BO, boil. Finally in the words such as OY, BOY, boy, boy. Yes, yes, you have to frame some more examples, at least 5 words for initial, 5 for medial and 5 for final. Okay, do it later. Now let us see the spelling. With what letters we represent this sound? Only 2 are there. One is, we represent this sound with OI in the words such as OIL, oil, BOIL, boil, VOICE, voice, NOISE, noise, JOIN, join. Now, this sound OI is also represented with OY. TOY, toy, BOY, boy, EMPLOY, employ. Okay. So these are the examples for the spelling of the third diphthong in the first cluster, oi. Okay. Now this is enough for today, and the remaining 2 clusters we will discuss tomorrow. Now let's recapitulate what we have learned today. Yes, we have learned today what are the diphthongs, how do we call them as vowel glides, what is a first element and what is a second element, and what are the 3 vowel sounds which diphthongs which glides towards E, and what are the 3 diphthongs which glide towards U, and what are the 3 diphthongs which glide towards A. Okay, so total 8. Now today we started the description with the first cluster, that is gliding towards E. In this we discussed A, which is an IMF sound. We also discussed with I, which is also an IMF sound. and lastly we discussed the diphthong oi, which is also an IMF sound. Okay, so the remaining two clusters we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, thank you.